Your attention, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, this may be the last time I get to come up here, which is kind of sad. 12 years ago, when I ran for the Senate, I didn't know if I was going to win or not because I had run before, and I'd been beaten before. And losing is never a fun thing. It's kind of like an empty feeling in your heart. But I never grew up thinking I wanted to be in the Senate anyway. So losing yesterday it wasn't that empty feeling anymore. It was kind of like a weight lifted. But the only thing I hate is looking around this room and seeing my friends. And I'm probably going to cry, so I'm just going to tell you that up front, because I haven't cried, because I only cry when I see people that I love to work with. Now, there's some people in here I don't love to work with, I'm just going to be honest. And I'm still a comedian, but when I see the people I love to work with, and I see the people that have helped me so much, help children, and help families, and help the disabled, and, we've helped women, and we've helped veterans, and what I'm so worried about is who's going to do that now? Which one of you will step up to the plate and take over what I've been doing for the last 12 years? Because everybody in here has their little niche. Everybody's got what they work on, and everybody's got what they do. And I know what I did, and I've done a good job. And my opponent spent the last 6 months lying about me and telling people what a bad job I've done. And it's not true. And I promised myself when I came to the Senate that I would never, ever embarrass my family or my grandchildren. The legacy I wanted to leave here was that my grandchildren would be proud. And I wanted to make my grandchildren proud. And I've read billboards that said I was a baby killer. I would never hurt a child. I have saved more children since I have been in the South Carolina legislature than probably anybody else I know. I have taken children out of foster homes, out of group homes, and I have literally saved their lives from being beaten to death with a window blind. I have saved children's lives. And to watch what personhood South Carolina has done to me is just cruel and unheard of. And I hope the lobbyists for those groups are happy with themselves, because my grandchildren aren't embarrassed because of me. My grandchildren stood last night and said, "Thank God I get my Meemaw back." And I see that the people that should be most ashamed got up and left the room because they are ashamed of what they've done. And, the rest of you, I love how hard you've worked for me this week. And the money that some of you have put into my campaign, the caucus has worked hard for me, both sides. I'm not going to lie. My Democrat sisters and my Democrat friends and my Republican friends, all of y'all have worked so hard for me because y'all know what I do. Y'all know how I stand up for people. And I just want to know which one of you is going to do it. I hope. Senator Young, you got a big job over there in that Family and Veteran Services. It used to be the other committee or whatever it was, but now it has a title, it has a job. And I'm going to call you and harass the hell out of you if you don't do it. Because I want families and veterans and children to be taken care of. I'm still going to be out there. I'm going to find some other way for me to save the world, and I'm going to do it. Somebody's going to be out there saying, Senator Shealy, and oh, by the way, opponent who won, who's not a senator yet, by the way, I'm going to be aggravating you too. What are you doing for Lexington County? But I'm always going to be a senator, Mr. Kennedy. I'm always going to be a senator. And oh, by the way, are those Kennedys related to the ones that you kept abusing me about? Because, the one thing I did was I was looking out for women. I was looking out for girls and, the future of South Carolina. And we weren't allowed to bring our Profile and Courage Award into the chamber because it's too controversial. We weren't allowed to put it in the antechamber because it's too controversial. We weren't allowed to put it in the State House because it was too controversial. Well, let me tell you how expensive it is before I put on these white gloves. It's $36,000 worth of white gloves that I'm putting on to pick up. And if I can get out of this box, all right, Mason. I'm not going to break it. But here it is, and it's beautiful, and I'm proud of it, and I am proud of losing this Senate race just to get this, because I stood up for the right thing. I stood up for women. I stood up for children. I stood up for South Carolina. And all of these sister senators here with me, we're not ashamed to be called sister senators. We're not ashamed of anything we did. And if you don't think this says a lot, it says, Profile and Courage Award, presented to Katrina Shealy, Margie Bright Matthews, Mia McLeod, Sandy Senn, and Penry Gustafson, in recognition of their distinguished public service, an example they have set of political courage in American public life. October 29th, 2023. And by God, I'm proud of it. And there's nothing anybody can do to hurt me now. So, take a look. This is what a Senate seat cost. And I'm proud of it. So somebody better do the job. I'm leaving. Because I'm going to be watching you. And I'm going to be out there saving children and families some other way. And I just appreciate all of you in here that love me and care about me and all I've done in the past. And y'all better suck it up and get busy is all I got to say. Thank you.